Last problem, we're going to do once again a 3-digit by 3-digit whole number. We're going to start by writing 162 times 314 vertically, which means one on top of the other. And I'm going to do it twice, so I can show you two ways to do it. You can choose to do it both ways with me, or you can choose to do one way, but you do need to choose at least one way. So there we go. Now that I've written both of them vertically, I'm going to start by expanding these two numbers. I know that 162 can be expanded into 100 plus 60 plus 2, and 314 can be expanded. Let's make sure it's not blurry. There we go. So 314 can be expanded to 300 plus 10 plus 4. We're going to start no matter which way you're doing. I'm going to draw a line to separate these again. No matter which way you're doing, you're going to always start with the ones place times the ones place, no matter which way you're doing. So here, 4 ones times 2 ones, I'm going to write that down. And I know that's 8 ones. Now that I've done 4 times 2, I'm going to do 4 ones times 60, which is 6 tens. We see here 4 times 60, I know is 240. All right, now that I've done 4 times 2, 4 times 60, I'm going to do 4 times 100, which I know is 400. I'm going to make sure to line up my place values. So let's see. If I were to add these three numbers up, that's 400 plus 240 plus 8, that's 648. Let's see if we get the same answer here. 4 ones times 2 ones is 8 ones. Put the 8 in the ones place. 4 ones times 6 tens is 24 tens. So I'm putting the 4 in the tens place, carrying the 2 to the hundreds place. 4 ones times 100 is 400s, plus the 200 I carried over is 600. 648 is the same number I got when I added these up. Now we're going to move on. I'm going to cross out the 2 because I've already used it. We're going to multiply everything by the 1 in the tens place. We're multiplying everything by the 10. I'm going to always start by multiplying by the ones place in your top number. 10 times 2, I know is 20. 10 times 60, I'll write that down. I know 10 times 60 is 600. Make sure to line up my place values. There we go. So I did 10 times 2, 10 times 60. Now I'm going to do 10 times 100. I know 10 times more than 100 is 1,000, so I'm going to put 1,000, making sure to line up my place values. If I were to add these last three numbers up, I'd get 1,620. Let's see if we get the same answer here. We're multiplying by the 1 in the tens place. We know that when we ever multiply by a 10, our answer is always going to have a 0 in the ones place, so I'm putting a 0 in the ones place here. 110 times 2 ones is 2 tens. I'm putting the 2 in the tens place. Think about it like this. 10 times 2 is 20, which is the number we see here. 110 times 6 tenths is 6 hundredths. 110 times 100 is 1,000. 1,620 is the same number that we got when we added these three numbers up. Let's finally finish by multiplying everything by 3 in the hundreds place. 300 times 2. Let's see. I know 300 times 2 is 600. 300 times 60. Let's see. 3 times 6 is 18. Hundreds times tens is thousands, so my answer is 18,000. Make sure to line up my place values. And now I've done 300 times 2, 300 times 60. Now we're doing 300 times 100. Let's see. 3 times 1 is going to be 3. Hundreds times hundreds is going to be 10,000s. So it's going to be 3 10,000s, which is the same as 30,000. Making sure to line up my place values. If I were to add these last three numbers up, we would get 48,600. Let's see if we get the same number over here. 3 hundreds times 2 ones. Let's see. Whenever we multiply by 3 in the hundreds place, we're always going to and have an answer that has a 0 in the ones place and a 0 in the tens place, no matter what we're multiplying by in the hundreds place. So I'm going to put two zeros here. So my answer is starting over here in the hundreds place. 3 hundredths times 2 ones is 6 hundredths. I'm putting the 6 in the hundreds place. Notice this is the number that we just said, 300 times 2. Now we're going to do 300 times 6,000 is 18,000. The 8 is going in the thousands place. I'm going to carry the 1 to the 10,000s place. 300 plus 100 is going to be 3 1000s or 30,000 plus the 1 that we carried over is 31,000. I'm sorry, that's not right. It's 4,000. Sorry, 4,000. Because 3 times 1 is 3 plus the 4. So sorry, early morning. All right, so now let's see. If we were to add these up, we have 30,000 plus 18,000 plus 600. That's going to be 48,600, which is the same number we got here. Now that we've multiplied by each digit in our second factor, we're going to add these up. We'll add all the numbers up in the ones place, we get 8 ones. All the numbers in the tens place, we get 6 tens. Add up all the numbers in the hundreds place, that's 200 plus 400 is 600, plus 600 is 1200, plus 600 is 1800. 8, carry the 1. 1,000 plus 1,000 is 2,000, plus 8,000 is going to be 10,000, carry the 1. 3 10,000s plus 1 10,000 is 4 10,000s, plus the 1 10,000 is going to be 5 10,000s. So 50,868. Let's see if we add it up here, if we get the same. We have an 8 in the ones place, 6 in the tens place, 1,800, so that's 8 in the hundreds place, carry the 1. 8,000s plus 1,000 is 9,000, plus 1,000 is 10,000, carry the 1. That's a 4, remember, I know it's silly looking for it. 4 10,000s plus 1 10,000 is 5 10,000s. So no matter which way we did it, we got the same answer. We just took more steps to get here. So now let's see if our answer is reasonable. Let's see. I'm going to round this down to 150. And I'm going to multiply that by, this is going to be a tough one. Let's just do 300. We'll round both of them down. It might be further away from our number, but at least we'll do this in our head. 15 times 3, we know is 45. Tens times hundreds is thousands, so it's 45,000. So even though that's a little bit further away, we know that's because we rounded both of these numbers down instead of rounding one down and round one up. So we still know that this is most likely reasonable. So on answer, we're going to put 50,868. And in our estimated answer, we're going to put 45,000.